Hey, Commission Church parents, I hope you are doing well. Hope you're having a good week so far. I wanted to come and share with you a few things that I'm really excited about. I hope that this past week, for those of you who were able to attend over the weekend, that your kids either came home excited with, or I know several kids just chose to leave their cards at home or at the church so that they had them and they didn't lose them. But I hope your kids, every kid who came to service on Sunday, came home with some BGMC trading cards. And for those of you who don't know, BGMC is Boys Girls Missionary Challenge. And it's our missionary organization. We give money to BGMC, and then BGMC helps fund projects across the world for missionaries and different missions organizations here locally in the United States and really across the world. And what I love about this is that the trading cards actually teach them every aspect of the missions organization. It trains them from how they can raise money to support missionaries to where the missionaries are actually going, the specific places, the specific countries, the ministries that reside there, the things that we need to help pay for and to send, like building new places, building churches, funding diapers, and buying equipment and funding vehicles for missionaries to go deep into the jungle or deep into the areas where the roads, the infrastructure is just not good. And so when they, growing up, Pokemon cards were a huge thing, and everybody was collecting Pokemon cards. Maybe for you, you had trading cards for sports and whatnot. But what I love about BGMC trading cards is that every card has a specific purpose to teach our kids something about missions. So whether it's a location card, teaching them about the place that they are sending missionaries to. So many of you probably remember that Amanda Berger was here just a while ago, and she told us about the coffee that is roasted in Colombia, the ministry she'll be doing to those who are addicted in Colombia. And so this card is awesome because it teaches us that there are people in Colombia that are filled, the streets are filled with violence. There's people in need in Colombia, and we just supported a missionary that is leaving. She actually just got approved. She filled her budget, and she's leaving to go to language school literally at the beginning of September. And so every single card in the BGMC trading card game is important to teach your kids more about missions. And this morning, I wanted to share with you a little bit about the game because I think it's really important, because I challenged the kids this past week to find a way that they can give to missions. And all of us have the ability to give the money that we have. And I told the kids, I have the ability to give a lot more money than most of you kids because I have a job. And, I make a lot more money than kids do. For a kid to give them $5 is the biggest thing ever. It's great. You can get whatever you want, get ice cream or soda or something. When you become an adult, all of you parents know you have more money. And so I told them it doesn't matter whether or not you give $5 of your own money or $1 of your own money. Like I told them this verse that Huldah Buntain, my hero, always would share with us, and it's don't withhold good from those whom deserve it when it's within your power to do so. Proverbs chapter 3. And I told them every one of you probably has the ability to give $1, and you can do that. But BGMC, you can do more than that. And there's ways that you can actually raise money that's not necessarily your money, because it's always great to give your money. That's always great. It's important. It's an act of worship. It's an act of showing your commitment and obedience to God, right? But there's ways that you can actually raise money that if you don't have any money, you can still help support missions. And I want to share with you some of those. Let me show you a card here called Selling Glow Sticks. I told them this was a fun thing that a kid decided to do. They went to Walmart or Dollar Tree or somewhere, and they bought a whole bunch of glow sticks. And hopefully you'll be able to see this. And they bought a whole bunch of glow sticks. And they took it to an event at night, whether it was a sports game at night or something. And you probably want to make sure that you ask permission and whatnot and do all the things up front. But they went to this event and they sold glow sticks. And so they maybe took a pack of 10 glow sticks that they got for $2.50 or something like that. They sold the glow stick bracelets for $1, and then they gave the money to missions. So there's stuff like that. There's stuff like doing a recycling challenge, right? Where the kids go around and they collect recycling, and they either give the money that they donate or that people donate to recycle, or they say, hey, they take it in and turn all the recycling in the cans and stuff like that, and they give all the money to missions. When I was a kid, I don't think I have a card in this binder. I think it's in the other binder. Yeah, it's in the other binder. But I was a kid, I did a bike-a-thon where I went around to all of my neighbors, I knocked on their doors, and I said, hey, I'm raising money for missionaries so that they can help people around the world. And for every dollar that I raise, I'm going to be riding a lap around the church parking lot. And so I ended up raising, as a maybe 10-year-old, like over $800 or something that year, $500 or something that year. And I did it just by knocking on my neighbors' doors, going around to my friends, and just asking, hey, I'm raising money for missionaries. Would you give $5, $10? Would you give $1 to missions? And for every dollar that I raise, I'm going to, on this day, I'm going to go around my parking lot in the church and ride my bike. So if I raise $500, I'm going to do 500 laps around my church parking lot, or my neighborhood or my neighborhood cul-de-sac or something. And so just making fun ways for kids to realize that they don't have to have their own money, but they can help raise money. I mean, it's important to give our own money. It's important to give sacrificially, but we can do so much more than just that. This is one of my favorite cards here, because I think it really highlights what we could do. It's called a 1 in 100. Hopefully it'll pop up there. 1 in 100. And whether it's, your kid loves to play basketball, so they commit to raising $100 for BGMC. If I raise $100 on this day, I'm going to shoot 100 baskets. I'm not going to leave the gym until I make 100 baskets. Whether it's, they like to play soccer, so they kick 100 goals, or they run track, so they run 100 laps around the track. That would be a long time. Maybe 100 meters or something like that. I don't know. There was a girl a couple years back who she was really into archery, so she shot 100 bullseyes to raise $100 for BGMC. So if you have questions about how we can help your child think of ideas, find something that they love, whether that's they love playing piano, so they host a piano recital, and all the proceeds, they sell $5 tickets to have family and friends come see them play their piano, play their pieces, and then they give the money to missions. We want to help you find ways for your kids to raise money for missions. This year, from school year starting in August to the end of May, we're hoping that we will help our kids raise $1,000 for missions. That's our goal, is to raise $1,000 this school year to send to the mission field. And I already am excited to say I think we've already raised $80 over the last month. And it was really a rather soft launch in August. So I'm super excited. I told the kids every single month we raise $100, they'll earn a prize. This September, if they earn $100, I'm going to be purchasing a new Mario game for them to play on the Switch on Sunday mornings. And then the big announcement is I told them, hey, we're going to be purchasing a Switch to give away for whoever gives the most money. As long as over $100, we want to make sure that our kid reaches the 100 club, which they'll get a special card just for giving $100 to BGMC. But if we have a giver over $100, whoever gives the most, we're going to be giving away a Switch at the end of the year in May. So we are excited about BGMC. This is something that, I was really passionate about as a kid, and now that we're working with our students here at the church, I want to pass that joy of giving on to them. And some people might think like there's some trivial things like trading cards and giveaways and stuff like that, but I know this, that when you capture the heart of a child, and when you train them as a young child to love, to give to missionaries, to be passionate about spreading the gospel across the world, those things are hard to leave, even as they become adults. They still want to be a part of missions. They still want to give because it's been part of who they are as a kid. So I encourage you, if you have questions about BGMC, please reach out to me. I'd love to answer your questions, talk to you about BGMC, about the projects, share some of the projects that they're supporting. And I am hoping that you will join us on this journey of encouraging and training our students to not just love God, but to love His mission, to be committed to sending money to missionaries all over the world so that the good news of Jesus is accessible and that we can help kids across the world. So that's really what this ministry does, is they send money to help feed people, to get kids out of human trafficking, to share the gospel of Jesus, to have access to the gospel and to things that they need. So I hope you're going to partner with us to bless your kids, not with just training them about something to do, but really giving them a heart after God, to know that when we actually do things, when we do small things like giving $1 to BGMC, we're making an eternal impact in the kingdom of God. So we're excited. BGMC Sunday, every single fourth Sunday of the month. Unless there's 5 Sundays, it'll always be the last Sunday of the month. So make sure to encourage your kids to bring their trading cards, to bring money for BGMC, put it in their box and in their barrel, and bring it every single month at the end of the month for BGMC Sunday.